Street Sense. What's going on, everybody? Al here. Street Sense. My top 10 fragrances for the fall, winter of 2017, 2018. I'm going to show you 10 fragrances I'm going to reach for the most when the leaves are falling, when it's freezing outside, when it's icy and snowing. 10 fragrances that are great for the cooler, colder weather. Top 10. It's been a while since I did a top 10. I know a lot of people have been asking me for top 10s, and here it is. The time has come. I'm going to show you 5 designer and 5 niche. That's how I like to do it. I like to split it up, 5 and 5. I don't like to do top 10 all niche or top 10 all designer. I like to split it up. I'm going to show you one honorable mention. Gotta have an honorable mention. That's how I do it. Some people do not, some people do. I do. I like honorable mentions. So let's just get right into it. Let's dive right into it. My top 10 fragrances for the fall winter of 2017/2018. Fragrances that I'm going to be rocking the most, reaching for the most. All right, honorable mention time. I have to mention this fragrance. Have to. It wouldn't be me if I didn't mention this fragrance. It's been in so many of my top 10s, most complimented. It's a fragrance that has a place in my heart. I know it's repetitious on my channel because I talk about it so much. It's from the House of Creed, of course. Gotta have a Creed in there, right? Gotta have a Creed mentioned. And this is Aventus. Creed Aventus. This is a 2010 batch. Going old school, going way back. 2010 batch of Aventus. You see there's a decent amount of juice left, so I'm gonna be wearing this a lot this fall and winter. I'm probably gonna finish this bottle. I own more than one bottle of Aventus, but this is gonna be the one that I'm gonna reach for the most. Older vintage batch. Very smoky, which I like. I like the heavy smoke. 2011, the famous Z01 was more heavy on the pineapple. They switched it. They went in opposite directions. 2010, more smoky. 2011, more pineapple, more sweet. Honorable mention, Creed Aventus 2010 batch. Okay, number 10. Coming at number 10 on my list. This is a fragrance from the House of Prada, 2016 release. The more I smell this juice, the more I love it. This is Prada L'Homme. Prada L'Homme, number 10 on my list. This fragrance has that fresh, soapy kind of vibe in the opening with that powder that I love, the iris. I love fragrances that have iris. Now, Prada L'Homme to me I thought it was more of a warm weather fragrance. When I first got it, I got this like in the beginning of summer, end of spring, beginning of summer. I thought it was more of a warm weather fragrance. The more I wore it, the more I said, you can wear this all year long. This is an all year fragrance. And I'm gonna be reaching for this a lot in the fall and winter. That powder just does it for me. It has a little bit of spice to give it a little bit of backbone. And Prada L'Homme lasts a long time on my skin. I get 8+ hours and it projects really good with a good sillage. So I'm gonna be reaching for this a lot. Number 10 on my list, Prada L'Homme. Take a look, I wore a lot of this juice. I put a big dent in this bottle. Can be worn all season. Prada L'Homme, number 10 on my list. Number 9 on my list, from the House of Byredo, Bal'DAfrique. Bal'DAfrique opens up with a nice citrus. Then you're gonna get some vetiver, nice grassy, earthy kind of vetiver. Dries down with the cedar wood, the vetiver, and a creamy kind of vibe that puts it all together. I'm really liking Bal'DAfrique by Byredo. Number 9 on my list. It's a really nice juice right here. Number 8 on my list, a fragrance from the House of Thierry Mugler. You have to have a Thierry Mugler in a top 10 fall or winter. This is Amen Pure Wood, number 8 on my list. This is a sexy fragrance. You get oak wood with some vanilla and some coffee, rounded out with some patchouli. Really nice, really sexy. Dig in this juice right here. Amen Pure Wood by the House of Thierry Mugler, number 8 on my list. All right, coming in at number 7. From the House of Mancera, this is Cedrat Boise. Cedrat Boise. Gets compared to Aventus. I could see that. It's a little similar in the opening to Aventus, but then it goes in its own direction. You get citrus, like a fruity kind of, you get a fruity opening with some citrus, and then you're gonna get some woods and some leather and like some smoke. This fragrance is really smoky on my skin. So it kind of reminds me of the 2010 Aventus, if anything. And then it goes in its own direction, that wood, floral vibe. It's really nice. The whole composition of this fragrance. To me, it's fruity but smoky. It's like Aventus, but it's its own fragrance. It's its own character. And I respect that. And I really love this juice. The more I wear it, the more I like this too. The more I wear it, the more I love it. Because look, I put a big dent in this bottle as well. I've been wearing a lot of this juice. And I do get Aventus. It's funny because some days it'll smell more like Aventus and some days it'll smell just like its own fragrance. So it depends on what kind of skin day I'm having. But it's a solid release by Mancera. There's a Cedrat Boise, number 7 on my list. Moving on. Number 6. Number 6 is a fragrance that I can't get enough of. I wear it all year long. It's one of those all year long fragrances. From the house of Dior. Dior Sauvage. Dior Sauvage, yes. In my top 10 for the fall and winter. Some people might be saying, why is the Dior Sauvage in there? Because I wear this juice a lot. It's a fragrance I reach for a lot. I find myself reaching for Sauvage when I'm going to work or I'm going to go hang out. I actually have 2 bottles. This is the big one. I own the smaller bottle. I first had the smaller bottle and I had an opportunity to get a bigger bottle and I went for it and I got the bigger bottle. So I have 2 bottles for a good reason because I wear this juice a lot. Dior Sauvage, it smells simple but sophisticated. That's what I like about it. It is a simple composition. You get citrus, heavy citrus with spice, like a pepper spice. Opening is real strong. And then you get some musk, and that's pretty much it. But it works. It just works. It smells sophisticated in its own right. And I respect that. I really love this juice. Dior Sauvage, coming at number 6 on my list. It's a solid release by Dior. I know some people say, yeah, it smells too simple, it's been done before, but I enjoy that juice. Okay, number 5. Let's move on. Number 5, the top 5 now. Coming in at number 5, it's a fragrance from the house of Bond number 9. To me, this is the best Bond number 9 fragrance out there. And that's Bleecker Street. Number 5 on my list, Bleecker Street. Yes, Bleecker Street. This is my favorite Bond number 9 fragrance. That's my opinion. Bleecker Street has that beautiful blueberry opening, which I really love the opening of this fragrance. Blueberry. You get an earthy kind of vibe, you get some violet to go with the blueberry, and you're gonna get some vanilla in the dry down that puts the fragrance all together. It's an amazing fragrance. Number 5 on my list, Bond number 9, Bleecker Street. Here's another one that I will be wearing, smells similar to Bleecker Street. Ralph Lauren, Purple Label. Almost identical to Bleecker Street. Now, Bleecker Street came out after Purple Label, so were they copying Purple Label? Possibly, but Bleecker Street is a little bit more complex and lasts longer on my skin. I love Purple Label, don't get me wrong, Purple Label is a great fragrance, but Bleecker Street just is a little bit better for me. So that's number 5 on my list, Bleecker Street. I will be reaching for this too because it smells similar to Bleecker Street. So I want to show you guys Purple Label. Purple Label is a solid fragrance. So number 5, Bleecker Street. Number 4 on my list, Valentino Uomo Intense. The opening, very strong lipstick, powder lipstick kind of vibe. Reminds me of vintage Dior Homme Intense, the silver collar Dior Homme Intense. That's what I get out of the opening. Then you're gonna get some spice and some leather. That's what makes this fragrance go in its own direction, and I respect that. Amazing juice right here. Valentino Uomo Intense, number 4 on my list. Dior Homme Intense vintage meets Prada L'Homme, somewhat. You know, a little bit of Prada L'Homme in there. Okay, I'm down to the top 3. Number 3 on the list is from the house of Tom Ford. It has to be a Tom Ford in a top 10 fall winter. And what is it? So many Tom Ford fragrances. Tuscan Leather, number 3 on my list. Tuscan Leather. You get leather, you get a blast of leather, but it's so nice, it's so smooth. The leather is just intoxicating. And you get raspberry, like a fruit raspberry. It's sweet, it's leathery, and then it has some woods in the background that just rounds out this fragrance, that puts some balance to the fragrance. It's an amazing fragrance. This fragrance takes you on a journey. And I was not into leather fragrances. I was not a big leather guy. I just didn't want to smell leather fragrances. I was like, leather, I'll pass. When I got my nose on Tuscan Leather, Now I appreciate leather fragrances and I love leather fragrances. This did it for me. This opened up my nose, my journey to many other leather fragrances, thanks to Tuscan leather. If you never smelled any leather fragrances, highly recommend it. I know it's a little pricey, but you gotta check this out. Tuscan leather, number 3 on my list. All right, top 2. Number 2 on my list is a fragrance I've been wearing a lot. Recently I've been wearing a lot, and the weather's been tricky. It's been warm, cool, cold, warm. It's fall now over here in New York. So it's like inconsistent weather. But when it is cool outside, I'm wearing this fragrance. And I got a lot of compliments. I just got a compliment the other day. I was in 7-Eleven, a guy came up to me, asked me, what cologne are you wearing? And I told him. What did I tell him I was wearing? I told him this is my number 2 fragrance. I was wearing Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Extreme. Spicebomb Extreme. Number 2 on my list. This smells like the original Spicebomb, but it's sweeter. Heavy cinnamon. I love cinnamon in fragrances, and this does it. Smooth, heavy cinnamon in the opening, and then you're gonna get vanilla. It makes it more sweeter than the original Spicebomb. That vanilla amps up the sweetness. Some people say it's too sweet. They like the original Spicebomb better. I respect that, but I like this better. That sweet vanilla just does it for me, and this lasts all day on my skin. It smells like the original Spicebomb with the vanilla, the amped up vanilla, which I really like. Number 2 on my list, Spicebomb Extreme. I highly recommend this. This lasts all day on my skin, and I get a lot of compliments. And there's one more thing, there's a tobacco one here as well. The tobacco, the cinnamon, and that sweet vanilla, wow. This is a heavenly fragrance right here. Spicebomb Extreme, Viktor and Rolf, number 2 on my list. I like that better than the original. One more thing, I like Prada L'Homme, the original one, better than the Intense. Intense version is out, came out like a year later, and that has leather and tonka bean in the composition. I smelled the Intense version, but I like the original better. Just wanted to let you guys know I like the original Prada L'Homme better than the Intense. Okay, it's that time. Number 1. Drum roll, please. What is it? What is number 1 on my list? This is a fragrance that I really, the more I wear it, the more I love it. I wore it the other night, and wow, it lasts all day on my skin, all day and night. It projects like crazy. I love the way it smells. I did a Street Sense video on it. What is it? It's from the house of Creed. Another Creed, has to be Creed's on my top 10s. Creed Viking, number 1 on my list. Yes, Creed Viking. I know some people are gonna say, what? I love Creed Viking. I will be wearing this juice like crazy. It has that spicy, fiery opening. Then it gets like chilly, so it's a fire and ice. And you have some woods in there, the driftwood, and it just takes you on a journey. And then an aquatic vibe, that salty sea kind of vibe that comes in later on. It just takes you on that journey. It's fire, it's ice, it's a sea breeze. It's all that and then some. Creed Viking, number 1 on my list. I'm telling you, this fragrance lasts on my skin. I'm not just saying this because I'm a big Creed fan. I'm saying because I really enjoy this juice. I really love wearing this. It smells so good on my skin. I wear about 4 to 6 sprays and it does it. I'm going to a wedding real soon and I will be wearing Creed Viking. That's going to be my scent of the wedding. I'm letting you guys know right now. When I go to the wedding, I will be wearing this juice. Creed Viking, number 1 on my list. And there you have it. My top 10 fragrances for the fall winter of 2017, 2018. Number 1 on my list, once again, Creed Viking. I really do love this juice right here. I'm not just saying that because I'm a big Creed fanboy, if you want to say. You know, some people say I'm a Creed fanboy. You know what? I am. I love Creed. I love Creed fragrance. I love what Creed has to offer, and they hit a grand slam with this fragrance. Once again, Creed Viking, my number 1 go-to fragrance for the fall, winter of 2017, 2018. These are fragrances I'm going to be reaching for the most. I'm going to be wearing the most. You know, I'll be wearing other fragrances, obviously, but these are the ones that I'm going to be going for. When I look at my collection, these are the ones I'm going to be reaching for the most. So I hope you enjoy my top 10 lists. I made it happen. Thank you for all the support I've been getting. Comment down below. Let me know what's your top 10 for the fall, winter of 2017-18. I love to see what people are wearing all over the world. So comment down below. Let me know your top 10. Let me know anything you want. You can talk about any of these fragrances. If you have any questions, comment down below and let me know. top 10, anything you want to share, just comment down below. Send me an email at fragrancefanatic1@yahoo.com. Any questions, you want to send me a personal email, send me an email. Also, follow me on Instagram, Street Sense. I'm very active on Instagram, so go to Instagram, type in Street Sense, and follow me. I'm constantly posting all kind of different images and videos, so follow me on Instagram at Street Sense, and that's it. There you have it. Once again, my top 10 for the fall, winter 2017, 2018. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.